Guys. Yes, Sawa Iyawo in the making. Oh, okay. She needed to remind you guys that she has been taking. Welcome, Chef Blossom.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So this morning she came to literally prepare us, like literally.
Yes.
Not with her ring, but also with her cooking this morning. The weather is hot, Blossom.
So, okay, let me not see what I have in mind.
Okay, please. So this morning, Blossom will be making pepper soup.
Catfish pepper soup.
Catfish pepper soup, yes, to be precise. And this is actually my favorite kind of protein when it comes to fish.
Yeah.
And my favorite kind of pepper soup actually because, you know, it's catfish. There's a certain kind of flavor catfish actually gives to whatever
That's feeling.
Yeah, the taste. And you want to know my favorite part of the fish? You want to guess? The head.
I think
yes, and I am very unapologetic about it, guys. You see that head?
You like the head?
I will consume it, like literally consume it. Let's talk about the ingredients for our recipe this morning.
Okay, so today I decided to go very simple. As you can see, I have my crayfish, onions, pepper soup spice, some seasoning, some stock powder. This is called hot pepper, hot local pepper.
The green and
You
yellow.
find it in Oyinbo market. Yes, and then we have some plantain as serve as thickener and to give it some extra
Flavor.
sweetness. Yes. Then we'll go with our scent leaf, and I like to add some extra leaf. This is called your utazi leaf.
Oh, utazi. Okay.
Yes, utazi leaf, just to give it that bitter, sour, you know.
Just a good balance.
Yeah,
basically.
good balance, yeah.
Because I mean, like you have the sweetness from the plantain, and then you have like the extra
Even from the
flavor
fish.
from the fish.
Yes.
Then you have the utazi leaf to balance out on everything.
So our star
yeah.
ingredients, the catfish.
Yes, the catfish.
Should I talk more about this fish?
Go ahead, please.
You guys, you don't want to buy catfish now. just settle with panla or
She said
something.
you don't want to.
You don't want to. So I'd already, if not that I'd already sent my menu, I would have said, let's look for more. Because guys, things are extremely expensive now.
And you know what? I was even about to ask you how much you bought your pepper. Because pepper now in the market, it's gold, people.
Yes.
It's gold. First off, it's hard to find, and then it's very expensive. I remember sending my girl to the market over like yesterday or 2 days ago, and you see tomato, pepper, onions. They are saying...
I think onions is out now.
But it's expensive.
Quite expensive compared to how it was about last week.
I agree. Not just even last week, like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, we will be back here in the kitchen. Chef Blossom is still here. And hopefully we will begin our recipe in a bit. Stay with us. The show continues shortly. And we are back, people. Thanks for staying with us. With me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Blossom.
I don't know why you called me.
It's been a while, right? I guess it's the new status.
Wow.
Okay, so yes, Chef Blossom is making catfish pepper soup. Let's run through the ingredients, just basically to remind people what we're making, what we're working with, and over to you.
Okay, so earlier I didn't give details on the pepper soup spice.
Oh, okay.
So this is a blend of different pepper soup spices that you might want to use. So we have the uziza seed, the uda, the ehoro. I don't know what they're called in English, but
Ehoro is local nutmeg that
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and that's because I recently used it to make nkobi.
Wow, yes.
Yes.
So also, I usually like to use ginger for my pepper soup. But I went to the market yesterday, I couldn't find.
Couldn't find ginger?
Yes.
Oh, that's a must-have for me.
Yes.
I hope
Ginger
they have
is
it.
really, really scarce now, and I hear
Wow.
it's really, really expensive. So that's
I
why
guess
you're
maybe
not
that's
seeing
what-
it.
Maybe
Yeah.
I guess the dry season has something to do with that.
I think so, and then cost of
Of
transportation.
transportation.
So, you know, cost of everything is affecting one thing.
So here, people,
or the
you hear when
other.
they were telling us that we should be planting in our backyard.
Yes, very, very important.
This is another reminder.
People that don't have space to plant.
Yeah, but then you can use buckets, actually. You can use like
okay,
small
that's
buckets. So
something.
I don't think, regardless of whatever space you're in, there are no excuses. If you really want to do it, you would do it.
True.
You could, you know, literally plant in like small buckets and all of that. You can find more details online if you're really interested. I think it's time that you did that, you know.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
So I like to work with lots of onions for my pepper soup. Some people will just want, some persons might want to use just one.
Okay.
I like onions in my food. I don't know, it gives us this, I don't know what it gives, but it gives it.
It gives.
It gives. It keeps giving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this pepper, like I said earlier, it's local hot pepper. You find it in the market where they sell soup ingredients. It's not the usual atarodo, not the usual scotch bonnet that we use. It's really, really hot. And you don't want to go overboard with it because it is hot, I tell you. Very hot.
Does it have a name?
Habanero pepper, but local habanero pepper.
Okay, so when you're going to buy it,
Or you say Saint pepper. In the market, they call it
okay,
Saint pepper.
pepper. Because I'm like,
And then the smell. Don't worry, Emma will tell you, guys, like after.
oh, yeah, when the pepper soup is ready, not
Yes.
now. Because right now I can't smell anything. I'm not even going to lie.
So
yeah.
I am using crayfish because crayfish just gives your pepper soup this balance and helps with thickening the soup. So then the plantain, I'm sorry. The plantain, you can opt it for the sweet potatoes, your yam, whatever. It just helps to thicken your pepper soup.
Yeah, and then you have like the
gives it-
leaves. So we have the
Yes.
utazi and the
Of course, there's no pepper soup without the scent leaf.
scent leaf.
You
Yes.
might want to
Yeah.
do something else. But yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start cooking in a bit. Blossom is just prepping the ingredients and making sure that, because, I mean, there's a one-pot dish.
yeah.
Everything is just literally going in, but we're not doing this without you. But however, we have to head over to the couch for some nutrition discussion with Winfrey. And we are back. Thanks for staying
and
with
better.
us, guys. Yes, Chef Blossom is still here. As you can see, we're in high spirits because we are making catfish pepper soup, right? I'm not going to take the shine of her. I'm not going to take the credit of her because
Please
she's the one actually making it. So,
Yes, yes.
but we'll run through the ingredients once again,
Okay.
and then you tell us where we at.
So in here we have our star ingredients, which is our catfish pepper soup. We have some grated peppers. I like to call it local scent peppers. And some half-ripe plantains to give it some sweetening. And then we have some onions, chopped onions as well, grated onions, or you can substitute that for chopped onions.
Let's talk about how you wash your catfish.
Very
because
important.
it requires a special skill. Yes, it actually does. If you're very familiar with catfish, you know that just washing it alone with water
lot of work.
is not enough. You have to. How do you wash yours though?
So I like to make it very simple. I use my lime to scrub
the body of the fish.
Yes, then I put some water.
Hot.
Yes, hot water,
Okay.
not warm. Because warm water won't really give you that effect you want. So you want it to squeeze it all in. Then you see the whole slimy, whatever, coming out
off,
from
yeah.
the body. You can use alum as well
Okay.
to wash it, but I hear it's not
yeah, it's not exactly healthy. It's not a healthy alternative.
lime, lemon.
Yeah, but
Lime is good, not lemon, please. This very small one, lime, is good.
But I think you could also still use lemon because at the end of the day, what you're trying to get off it, it's the acidity.
Do you know how much they sell lemon? Please, lime. If you mind. Lemons.
Blossom should not be on this show. She's a constant reminder of
because-
our economic realities right now. And trust me, a lot of
Please
people
use
don't want to be
lime.
reminded. They just want to eat good food, right?
The good thing
Great.
is that you can buy lime and still have extra. But lemon, you buy one. For me, someone like me, half of the lemon will go into my mouth. So I don't want to waste resources.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's what we have.
Yeah.
So we have a blend of spices for the pepper soup spice.
Yeah.
You can use any pepper soup
Did you
spice
make
want.
this
No,
or
I
you got it?
Yes, I
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
You can make your pepper soup spice yourself. Yes, you can just pick a random
Yeah, and just blend
and
them all
just blend
together.
them all together dry.
Great.
So one of our star ingredients too, we have our scent leaf, pepper soup without scent leaf. Some persons might want to differ, but I cannot have my pepper soup without catfish, without scent leaf. Also, I have my utazi leaf. Utazi leaves help give it the balance, you know, to the soup, help reduce the sweetness. I mean, just give it a very,
just
very
gives it a good balance,
Yes.
basically. So, if there's anything that I love the most about pepper soup or this particular recipe is the ingredients. That's the scent leaf, the utazi, and the pepper soup spice, and that's because they're packing on a lot of nutrients.
Yes.
Utazi, scent leaf, they have a lot of nutritional benefits.
Yeah.
One of it's they're antioxidants, and then they're mostly good for the heart. They're good for your skin. They're also good for basically your heart health generally. Yeah, so I think, yeah, but try not to be generous with it, especially with utazi. Yeah, because you don't want it to, you know, just override the entire taste, you know, of the pepper soup. So the fish is coming together.
Yes, so I was going to get you to know how I started with the...
Oh, sure, go ahead.
So for every protein, I like to say you allow your protein cook first before adding anything
to
so
it.
it brings out the water or the oil, whatever is packed in there. So it just gives it that extra flavor.
So did you put in any water?
No water, yes.
Just seasoning?
Yes, just...
Okay.
So after having the fish extract the water, I added some pepper and onions just to give it that base.
Okay.
So I'm going to add in some water now for the pepper soup, like the amount of water I will need for the soup.
Okay. That's a lot of water. So when we add in the water, what's going in next?
So once we add in the water, we will then put everything, all our spices, the
crayfish,
seasoning, the crayfish, everything goes in because it's a one-pot dish, so you can decide to put anything before.
Yeah. And then earlier on, you talked about other proteins. I'm not talking about the fish. I'm talking about the other thickness that we could use. You mentioned sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Yam.
You can use what else now?
I think you'd also eat it with rice, really.
Yes. So I think for Intercontinental, they serve pepper soup with bread rolls.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So if you like it,
please.
Do you. Food is whatever you make of it.
Yeah. But now, come to think of it, I was about to say not agege bread, and then I remember that there are some agege breads that, ooh.
Yes. Those fluffy
My world.
agege bread.
The ones that just got out of the oven, like oven fresh agege bread. You just have this with your pepper soup. It is going to be calling. You already know, guys, I can't help myself when it comes to good food. And I love to be adventurous when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the things that, you know, being on the show has really taught me, you know, just spread your wings and fly. You know, don't limit yourself when it comes to food. Yeah, be creative. Just eat.
Some persons
cook.
Oh, sometimes when making my pepper soup, I add spring onions. I blend it with the pepper. Yes.
Okay, so when I was talking about being creative,
spring onions. You can use your
spring onions.
Yes.
Okay, that's a new one.
Whatever works. Some people will. I've seen someone use the green bell pepper. Yes. Anything that would give a very good result.
Give it a good taste, right?
Go ahead and use it. So
you know, it actually just reminded me of someone that probably used cinnamon. She uses cinnamon to cook everything.
Is it the stick or the powder?
I don't even know which one she uses, but I know she uses cinnamon to cook everything.
Maybe the person has interest in the taste, the aftertaste.
Also, because cinnamon actually has a certain, there's a certain flavor,
but,
you know, that it gives. But you need to be, on the quantity. Yeah, you don't want to use too much of it because,
So for this particular recipe, because we're cooking we're using catfish as a protein, you don't want to stir with your spoon.
Oh, okay. So you don't want it to, dissipate. Like you don't want it to scatter.
So what you just give it a shake.
You don't want it to break.
So you blend the whole.
Okay. So, and then we just leave it to cook.
Leave it to cook.
For how long? How long is it going to cook for?
Catfish is supposed to cook for 20 minutes. Some persons tell you, oh, it's not catfish to get too soft. You need to allow your protein cook properly.
And then you also want all that ingredients to go into the fish and the plantains or whatever it is that you're using for your pepper soup. We need all that flavor so that as you're taking each spoon.
So I'll be adding my seasoning now.
Cubes, okay. That's a good amounts of seasoning cubes. Okay.
Just a few of it.
No,
I
I'm not
to use
questioning it. Please, go ahead.
I like to use my... So someone asked me, I think one of my friends visited me when I was cooking the house, and she said, "Tuzom, I didn't see you use salt to cook your food."
Yeah.
I'm like, why people abusing
Salt, really.
Salt is meant to taste, not to cook. You can argue with
your Google.
Salt is not for cooking.
Yeah.
Salt is meant, as I said, they always say
Salt to taste.
So when
Thank you, Blossom.
When you use salt to cook, you don't need to add crayfish because salt has a whole
exactly
taste on its own.
And then you also need to be cautious. I mean, health experts are always,
Yes.
advising us
So
on
after having-
our use of salt
Yes.
because of the quantity of the sodium in it. So you want to be careful because you don't want too much of it in your body.
So after having all these ingredients go in, you already know that you should have a particular level of taste that will come with the food. Because the fish has its own taste, the crayfish has its own taste, everything has.
And let's not also forget that the
right
seasoning cubes or the whatever seasoning you're using also has a high volume of sodium in it as well.
Yeah.
So you really need to be cautious with it.
Yes.
So our spice is going in.
as well.
Okay.
So the reason I didn't open this, you don't want the flavor to spread out.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's feeling
Like when diffusion.
Yes.
Okay.
It happens to it. So if you
So
have,
you
if
keep
you have,
it in a
airtight container.
container.
If you have pepper soup ingredients in the house, or pepper soup spice, sorry, after blending them, make sure you put it in an airtight container so the whole scent doesn't.
Okay. Great stuff. We've learned so much here on the show. I hope you have as well. And if you're watching right now and you're drooling, well, all you just need to do is go and make your own pepper
Or
soup.
patronize Blossom Spot, please.
Yes, or patronize her. You can find her on Instagram and on all
At
socials as well.
Blossoms_pot.
Yeah, we have to go on a quick break now. The show continues shortly. Stay with us. Welcome to the kitchen, Elohor.
Thank you.
This is Chef Blossom, and
Yes,
this
Chef.
morning she's made for you catfish pepper soup. I see that you're already longing for it, so we're not going to waste any time. We'll just get right into it. So here you go. I know you got here really early.
Yes.
So this is a perfect start to your day.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Chef
You're not
Blossom.
fasting.
She said she's not fasting.
No, she said
People don't want the Lord to eat this food.
For now, she's not
maybe
fasting.
after she's had it, then she
People
will
don't want the
fast.
Lord to eat this food, eh?
It's not so
Enjoy.
good.
Yes, it actually does.
I like Saint Lee.
No, you do. Okay. So okay.
It's nice, really nice.
Thank you.
And I love plantain.
Oh, you do. Nice. Well done.
Thank you, Blossom.
You're
Well
welcome.
done. And thanks for the sacrifice. I know you went a long way. Took so much from you to buy catfish for us. Thank you so much.
Amazing. And thanks to everyone that joined us today on the show.
course.
And to you watching us. It was definitely an amazing time on this Wednesday edition. But don't forget, tomorrow we have Artsy Thursday. So make sure you do stay tuned. Keep it locked right here, all right? Don't touch that dial. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.
What's Mike? Mike, what are you looking at?
Had intro.